In this episode, we're going to talk about the goals of the subconscious. Stick around. Last time, we talked about the subconscious and the model of the world and how that works. This time, I'd like to talk about the goals of the subconscious. So the goals of the subconscious. As I thought about different goals, the subconscious already has goals in mind. Goals that it wants to accomplish or make sure that things happen. Things that make sense, at least the way I went through it. Okay? So the first goal of the subconscious is to survive. For the self to survive. So that means not to die. Very important thing. When you watch people that attempt to kill themselves, what they'll see is they have a very strong, when they get out on a ledge or they get out where it's actually dangerous, then they'll stop. The subconscious will kind of stop them and won't allow it to proceed because it is programmed to protect this body, to not let it die. Very important. Okay, goal number 1, stay alive. Goal number 2 is keep the species alive. So procreate. So this is second goal after the first goal, and very powerful goal. We'll leave it at that for now. Number 3 is to stay away from pain. Now, the reason why I think this makes sense is because if you get a prick in your finger or your hand and it gets infected and the infection moves up your arm and you end up dying, that's a bad thing. And it violates rule number 1. So rule number 3 is not to feel pain or to stay away from pain as much as possible so that we can keep this body alive. That if we stay away from pain, we stay alive. I think that's what makes most sense to me. So the fourth one is to feel joy, to feel happiness, to feel lovely. Now, when I was going through this and kind of, figuring this out in my head, I was upset when I got to this one. And the reason why is I want to feel joy more often. I don't want to feel it less often. I want to feel more often. I want it to be like goal number 1, feel joy. And as I thought about it, I thought about some people. I don't know if you've never known someone like this. Someone that's so in love that they forget to eat. Now, as a long-term strategy, that's not going to work out well for you. If you get in love and you feel wonderful and you forget to eat or bathe or sleep or that sort of thing, you're going to die. So as a long-term strategy, it doesn't work. And that's why it makes sense that feel joy is all the way down to number 4. I've also thought about it recently, and I've noticed that there's another goal, and I'm not sure exactly where it fits, but there's a goal to feel validated and accepted. So the subconscious wants to make sure we are part of a community. It wants us to have friends and connection, and it's very important to the subconscious that we do this. Part of me wonders if this is part of 1 and 2, to procreate and to stay alive, because if as a group we're stronger than individuals, if that makes sense. So it's really important to have these connections, these very powerful connections, which we talked about as a coping mechanism, is very powerful to bring our happiness levels up. I don't remember if the happiness is on this side or this side, but you understand what I'm saying. To bring our happiness levels up, it's very powerful. All right, so that's it for the goals. Next time we're going to talk about the model of the world and the guard that stands there. Stick around.